Boom, my people. We back for another one like the other one. You know what I'm saying? Once again, it's on. We back in effect, man, just to talk to you guys a little bit, man. Everybody tapping in. Please tap in with us. Please hit that like button on your way in, please. Let me take this echo off. Shout out to my brother Gil, who already up in the house. Talked to Gil last night. What up, Gil? What's the business, my broski? Gil in the house. Gil, what you doing, bro? Tap in with us, bro. Please hit the like button as you guys come in. Please tap in with us on Twitter. Tap in with us on YouTube. We trying to get it going and do what we do best, and that's talk football, man. I'm really lucky to have my broskis in the house, man. Got my brother B Sharp, got my brother Ted's our favorite Auburn fan. You know what I'm saying? B Sharp, how you doing, broski?
Oh, I'm good, man. Even though it's 2 against 1, so I had to come in here. The Alabama hat. Not really. I just wore it because it was the first hat I seen.
Facts, bro. Hey, anytime you wear a hat like that, bro, make a brother feel good, man. Shout out to Tez. Tez, what's good, broski?
Man, chilling, man. How y'all doing? Man.
Oh, man, we good.
Hey, Coach Sean, I was telling Brinsky the other day, he got the Alabama hat on. The people asked me why I wear so much Auburn stuff. I said, that's all I got.
That's all I got. You know what's so crazy? It's different when you play sports, man. Like I got a Bama cup, I got a Bama hat, and I got about 2 or 3 Bama shirts, man. Other than that, it's all A&M stuff.
I got
when I wear shot glass. Yeah, when I wear too much Bama stuff, they were like, look here, man. I know you support them.
Yep.
Jason in the house, my broski from Oklahoma. If you need to know anything about Oklahoma, that's who I tap in with, him or Jay. Hey, man, you can't go wrong with either one of those guys, man.
Good brothers.
Thanks.
Good brothers, man. Shout out to Jason from Hall of Fame Sports. Please tap in, man. Jason, you should have tapped in with us, bro. Hold on for a minute, Jason. You probably gonna be going on your
own. Jay, I wrote Jay on Twitter. I said, hey, man, don't come up here again wearing that plain black shirt when I'm calling you a T-shirt king.
T-shirt king.
He was highly disappointed.
Facts, man.
He been on it ever since. He like, man, he said he felt bad.
Man.
Hey, Jay, just so you know how disappointed he was, he mentioned it in a private text message. He was like, I can't believe Jay came.
Man, listen. Before we start off, man, we do this at the beginning and the end. Be sure, let everybody know where they can find you, man. We'll do it again at the end of the show, but let everybody know from the jump where they can find you at.
Oh, man, well, y'all already know at the Sharpshooters Podcast on YouTube. Also B_Sharp on Twitter, and the Sharpshooters Podcast on TikTok too.
Facts. Ted, let everybody know where they can find you at, broski.
Yeah, you can find me at It's SEC Season right there. Boom. Somewhere right there.
I about to say you pointing at the space, man, ain't you?
Yeah, right there. Boom. It's SEC Season. New channel. No content yet, but coming soon. You can find me there. On Twitter, same. It's SEC Season, or my personal page, code name Tez. Twitter as well.
Oh, you got a Twitter for the SEC Season?
Yeah, I created them at the same time.
Bro, why am I just learning this?
Man, I'd be forgetting, man.
Oh my God.
Jason, I just sent that to you, bro. If you wanted to hop on, it's on you. So, man, we're gonna hop right into it, man. First, let me shout out everybody, see who up in the house, man. Let me see. Got my boy Eric D in the house. Eric D, what is the business, bro? Ain't long time no see, broski. What up with you, boy? Eric D in the house, man. B Sharp is here, as we all know. You know what I'm saying? Kimberly, what's up, sis? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. We love seeing you. KT, you already know. KT, you know what I mean? The queen is in the house for sure. What's up, KT? Yeah, man. Yeah, every time KT in here, man, all the homies be trying to get a rap. Like all the homies be trying to coat, man. Be trying to coat. Why y'all trying to coat, man?
We see
everybody trying to coat, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Gil, as I said, prayers for my brother Gil, always staying down, man. My big homie Double L is in the house. Double L Larry.
Yeah.
What's cracking, homie? Good to see Larry up in the house, man. For sure. And the broski Jason is up here as we trying to see what he doing tonight. Seeing what Jason got it cracking, man. Good to see my broski Jason. Oklahoma's finest, you know what I mean? Our asses are still chapped from that ass whooping they gave us, but it's okay. It's okay. It's a new season. It's a new day. Hopefully we learn from those ass whippings and no more lashes to our asses. We don't appreciate that ass whipping. So hopefully we learn from it and can get some get back this year. Shout out to the broski Jason, always doing big things over there at Hall of Fame Sports, man. My broski from the house, Trevor Pernell Sportscast is here, man. It's the broski right there. Trevor Pernell, good to see you, bro. Glad you're tapping in, man. Good to see my broski, man. Shout out to Trevor Pernell for sure. Man, listen, I appreciate all you tapping in for sure. Please hit that like button on your way in, man. Coach Carl may be here. Bino O'Brien is in the house. What up with your BT in the house doing big things, man? Yeah, man. Good to see the homies up in here, man. We appreciate you more than you know. Please hit that like button on your way in. We really appreciate you guys, man. We're not gonna worry you long, but we did want to get into it, man. First and foremost, man, we got an NFL draft this week coming in. You know what I mean? This is the time when all these kids' dreams could possibly come true. You know, hopefully going to the right team. It won't be nightmares. You know what I'm saying? Got people tapping in on Twitter. Got people tapping in on YouTube. So please tap in with us. Please hit that like button on your way in. These guys are going to have an opportunity to make their dreams come true this year, man. You know, and I really, you know, it's a blessing to have that opportunity. Lord knows I relish that. I never got an opportunity to do that like these kids. It's a blessing to even, you know, be invited to a draft, much less, you know, take part in it, get drafted, sign that check, and play the game we all love for compensation. Love that, man. So starting out with you, Ted, you know what I mean? Even Auburn, man, you guys are going to have some players going early. You got a young team still coming back, man. Falk is back. Riddick is back. You have some young linebackers in that linebacker room that's going to be good for the rest of the future, man. What you seeing from Auburn, man? And if Bama, Auburn, really any player that you like in the draft, Abdul Carter, that's one of my favorites in the draft. Yeah. We all know Travis Hunter. What you thinking, Tez, from an Auburn perspective, Bama perspective, any football player that you can think of, where would you like to see him go? And where are you hearing that you want to see these players go?
So I go ahead and start with Auburn, man. Of course, we got a couple players in the draft. Not really high draft picks, but I feel like particularly Jarquez and Eugene Asante are two names that I feel like are gonna be players that get drafted later, but are gonna be steals for whoever gets them. Measurable wise, both of them measurables off the chart, right? Jarquez is a 4'4" kid, tons of power. We know what he did in the run game, and he can catch. We saw that when we went down to the Senior Bowl. He excelled in the passing drills. And then Eugene Asante, who I'm really high on. I think that any NFL team that get this kid, he's one of those kids that when we talk about stars and whether they matter or not, however, you know, you lay on that side of the debate, this is a kid that I feel like if he was a 5-star kid coming out of high school, he'd be a 2nd-round pick right now. Most athletic linebacker in the draft, measurables crazy. The film, when you turn it on, once he sees where the ball is, he's like a missile going to get it. Rarely missed tackles. Just has the things that you see NFL linebackers using today. So those are two just from Auburn. And I don't know. I'm not hearing anything about where they would go. Kind of tough when you're a later round pick like that. It's kind of up in the air. You really don't know. But I just know that those are two kids that, man, I think are gonna make their way on a football team, and man, you'll hear from them. I'm pretty big on Abdul Carter too. Was talking to Brinsky, we got the 11th pick. I was telling him that, hey, if Booker from Alabama is there, I wouldn't mind us taking him.
Hold on, Ted. When you said we, Who exactly are you describing?
Oh, I'm
when you
sorry.
say
I'm sorry.
we?
You're right. You're right. I'm a 49ers fan. So we
Ah,
sitting we sitting at number 11, right? But we just had this mass exodus of players. Well, we this draft we need bodies. So
Yeah.
like if we can't get the piece that we want, then I see us trading out of that pick. But yeah, maybe along the offensive line, maybe another receiver if the kid from Arizona falls to 11, which I highly doubt. But yeah, just at that pick, man, there's a couple offensive linemen in there, but most of the ones like what's his name? Campbell.
Yeah.
He's gonna be off the board by 11, I'm sure. So
what you think the 49ers need, man, with Debo leaving? Think y'all need another receiver?
I think we could use another receiver just because we don't know what Ayuk is gonna be.
Facts.
Coming off that injury, right? So that's a big question mark. And we got Ricky Pearsall from Florida, who's a versatile receiver. It's one of the reasons they felt comfortable with trading Debo because they feel like this guy can do some of the same things. But I wouldn't mind us taking a receiver, but I don't know if they necessarily want a young receiver, right? With that team. Right now, we just need bodies, man. I can see us spending a lot of these draft picks on just defenders, defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary players, especially secondary. Yeah. So right now we're in the position where we just best available, kind of, you know. Just because our roster got too expensive for us, and now we having to pick up players, and the cheapest way to do that is in the draft. So
that Christian contract, that quarterback y'all had to sign, got
Fred Warner's up right now.
Fred Warner. Did Purdy get extended?
Not yet.
They still working on that too.
Okay, got to save some capital for that.
Right. Right.
You know.
And this is why it's important to win the Super Bowl when you get opportunity, man, because it's not easy to get back.
Hey, that salary cap in the NFL be killing teams, bro.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Shout out to JB718. JB, what's up? Mimi, what's up, Mimi? Roll Tide to both my peoples. Good to see you guys in here. Thank you for tapping in too. Mimi says, I would love to see Booker and Campbell go to the Lions or the Eagles. Man, facts. That's Bama. Yeah. We got a couple of teams in the NFL that's Bama central.
I think Campbell is actually projected for that Lions pick.
That's crazy, man. You have Terrion, him, you know what I'm saying? Other man in the secondary, 32.
Brian Branch.
BB. Yeah, man, BB. So Brinsky, what about you, man? What are you seeing from Tyler Booker? What are you seeing from Jahad Campbell? What are you seeing from Jalen Milroe? You know what I'm saying? Where would you like to see these guys go?
Man, it's up in the air right now. I think the only thing I'm really, really concerned about, and I feel like it may happen during draft night. I know Jalen Milroe's going, and that was kind of tricky to me because I was like, that's challenging, man. I ain't even see you going in the first round like during the season. I seen you as like a project to somebody, but I don't see him going in the first round. That's what I'm afraid of, that him going to the draft. So I'm actually kind of nervous at that right now. Of course, Tyler Booker and Jahad Campbell, they first round picks easily. So I would be shocked they make it if they fall out the first round, especially if Jahad there for us at 29, which are the Washington Commanders with our future Super Bowl winning quarterback, Jaden Daniels. Just want to throw that out there. We got our quarterbacks. But I'm really, really intrigued on where Jahad is going to go more than anybody, because wherever he go, which he is the most athletic linebacker. I just had to correct Tez on that. I didn't like when he said that statement about you.
They got numbers for that.
Yeah, they got numbers too.
We ain't got to argue that.
He was just a tad bit faster. That was it. But outside of that,
broad jump, they got numbers for all that.
Man, whatever. But whoever get Jahad Campbell is going to have a monster, man. Especially if he what you said, the Lions.
Yeah, I think that's what he projected to the Lions.
Or y'all could get Jahad Campbell at 11, because y'all just lost Greenlaw, didn't you? Greenlaw came to us. So yeah. Or no, Dick. either Greenlaw came to us or he went to the Jets. I can't remember. But
No.
wherever Jahad Campbell go, if he goes in the right place, man, I feel like he's going to shine. And I believe him playing with Fred Warner would just be like, it's just
that'd be crazy.
Because now you learn.
I'd be happy.
I know you would. And I would just be like, man, the rich get rich.
Hey, Gil said that Jahad Campbell won't last to the Lions. What pick do the Lions have?
Yeah, that's a real good thing because I don't know.
What pick do they have?
Because if we go to the Cowboys, I know when Pat Surtain and them draft, I was praying to God because I knew Dallas was gonna get him. I said, anybody, please go get this man because I do not want to cheer for my guy on the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And thank God he didn't go there. I'm still thanking God for that one.
Look, Kimberly want Booker to become a Raven. Kimberly be on the Ravens, boy. I like that. Jahad needs to be a Raider. Yeah. Hey, the Raiders got an early pick. They was terrible, so they got to have.
I think they're gonna get a quarterback, man. I think they're gonna get a quarterback.
Travis Panir says that the Lions in the late 20s. Jahad should be gone before the end. He should be gone before the late 20s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think Jahad may be the first player off the board for Alabama.
Probably will.
Possibly.
He may possibly be the first player, you know what I'm saying, off the board. Brock said Jahad coming to. I hope not, Brock. I ain't gonna lie to you, Brock. I hope not. I utterly hate the Cowboys. Not quite as much as Tennessee, but I can't stand the Cowboys.
I can't stand them.
I can't stand them.
Who likes the Cowboys?
KT said, Will. Who is Will, KT? Who is Will? We need to know who Will is.
I'm telling you, we need to know all y'all teams when y'all speak like
Yes,
this.
KT said, Will, I need to know who. She probably ATL. She might be ATL.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Can Detroit, let's see. We say, can Detroit get Scatterboo? You know what? That's a good question. That's a really, really good question, bro.
Unnecessary.
I don't know. I don't think Scatterboo is gonna be highly sought after. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the boy can play. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I just don't think he's gonna be highly sought after, man. They possibly could. Detroit's Trapanissa, they round 28. So if they willing to jump up and get him in the first round, I think so.
I know the perfect place for him, and it may not happen in the first round.
San Francisco.
In the other rounds, if you get him, I believe the Steelers are a perfect place for him.
That sounds
perfect place.
Great.
You get that guy like that blue collar type runner. I think that's what they need right there.
Facts, Mimi. All facts, Mimi, for sure. JB, now you can't be from Brooklyn talking about the Colts, JB. JB, what is going on? You got to school me now, JB. Are you a Colts fan, my brother? That's my brother, JB. Europe, you already know. JB, you a Colts. Gia, why you didn't tell me JB was a Colts fan? An Indianapolis Colts fan, man. Oh, KT, a Jets fan? Now, KT, how you become a Jets fan, man?
Jets?
Not even the Giants.
I don't even know how to explain this one.
KT, you got to explain. That's my girl. How you become a Jets fan? Is you got family in New York? I thought Gil would be a Jets fan.
So I just ran this NFL mock draft on the NFL. Shout out to Jason for putting this in the group chat. I've been doing this probably once a day for the past 2 weeks, just trying to pick some teams. And this got Jahad Campbell going 23rd to the Packers.
Oh, I swear to man, I don't think Jahad gonna be there at the 20s. I just do not believe it, man. Dwight, what's up, Dwight? Roll Tide to you, bro.
The only linebacker they got in front of him is Jalen Walker. They got him at 19, and they have the Rams trading up to get him at 19.
What pick does the Ravens have, Dwight?
You know what thing I don't like about mock drafts is that the whole trading thing, because you're just guessing that you thinking the team's going to do that. I never liked that.
The Ravens have the 27th pick.
He's not
27. No, I don't think he's gonna last that long.
And
Booker may.
This has them taking Tyler Booker at 27. It's funny you said that.
Because he's a guard, right?
Yeah. That's something they need.
Look, there you go, Tiz. Jason, a Niners fan too.
Oh, absolutely. You know, this actually has us taking Will Campbell in this mock draft, so I would be happy with that.
Facts, Kimberly. Look, Kimberly be knowing her ball. You know what I'm saying? Fact. I think the Steelers gonna take Jalen Milroe if he there. They have hosted him several times. They've hosted his family. I really believe they're going to take Milroe. I think they're gonna probably sign Aaron Rodgers here soon for 1 year rental, because that's all that's left. And after that, let Jalen sit, learn behind that guy. I really think they're gonna take Jalen. I really believe that, man. Since Peyton Manning, I feel you, JB. I'm just giving you a hard time. I feel you. Coach used to be, look, the coach used to put lashes to people's asses. Don't get it wrong. KT, my pop. KT said her pops is from Jersey. Okay, gotcha.
That makes a lot of sense.
You get a pass.
Gotcha. Falcons gonna grab Campbell if it. Hey man, now see, that's what something around 15 to 20ish, maybe even before that, they may grab, because you got Jalen Walker, you got those two guys may come off the board a lot sooner than we think, man. You know what I'm saying? Is there a chance trades up late and get the first round for Jalen? See, now look, Trevor Pennell bring up some. Everybody hating on Jalen, but Jalen right now is the hottest quarterback that people are talking about.
Yeah,
because I told y'all this. It's not just me. Several platforms told y'all this. The things that Jalen struggled with are all fixable. They're all fixable. Jalen run a 4.3 40 at 220 pounds and can throw the deep ball like nobody else in this draft.
Yep.
Everything else intermediate wise can be worked on, especially in today's NFL, where they play so much man, where everybody play a raggedy zone every once in a while. Jalen can. Remember, when he go to the pros, be sharp, that's gonna be his job from sun up to sundown. No classes, every day football. So I think he's gonna get better, man. Tell me this: what's you guys steal from Alabama or Auburn? What's your steal? The guy that nobody's talking about. I know I got one who gonna actually do really, really well in the draft, or even if you get on the team, kind of like BB was the year he got kind of overlooked to the second round. Anybody that you can think of, I have one from Bama that nobody's talking about, that I really believe this kid gonna learn any system very, very fast, just like BB was.
I think I got two, because I said something about him earlier. I'll start. The first one I believe is Carson Vincent. They got him projected at the 5th round pick. I seen on this guy's Twitter early. Shout out to him. I can't think of his name. I'll say his name in a minute. But him as a 5th round projection, which I told him I don't think he's gonna be sitting there at the 5th round, man. He's just too good at that left tackle spot, and he got quick feet, strong hands. I believe just for him to develop, oh man, he's gonna be somebody in this NFL. I say 3rd or 4th round, just because he's a diamond in the rough for real. And just since he just keep popping into my head, Billy Bowman Jr.
Yeah, man.
Whoever go get him, they're gonna get him one.
Yeah,
that kid is gonna probably be a starting safety very soon.
They getting him one. I think the only thing he'll probably need to work on is his tackling a little bit, but outside of that, he's gonna be a stud, man.
Susan, much love.
I don't want to pick nobody from Alabama, because I feel like we talk about our team a lot. I want to talk about other folks.
Facts. Who you got, Ted? You got any steals that nobody's really talking about? I know I got one.
Man, I'm gonna just say this. This draft is full of steals.
It is.
If you look up and down this draft and you start looking at the names that they have in the 3rd and 4th round, you have some ballers. Like we talking, like you said, Billy Bowman. They have him projected, 3rd round pick. I'm a for a steal. I already named the ones from Auburn. I think they're all steals. I'm gonna go with Eugene. I think he's the biggest steal from Auburn that you can draft. For Alabama, I think I'm gonna go with one that maybe nobody's talking about for real, but I think Tim Smith is probably the last person from Alabama to get maybe the last person from Alabama to get drafted.
Shout out to my brother Coach Carl, who I did not see. This stupid stream you only put 3 boxes, so the other one was down below. I couldn't see. Coach Carl, my bad, bro. Thank you for hitting me, because I sure didn't see you, bro. Much love. Hey, Tez, right now, Coach Carl, what we're doing is we picking our steals from any team. Brinsky had a really, really good one. Tez just had a great one. Give me another, Tez. Then I'm gonna get Coach Carl on here.
Yeah, I was saying my one from Alabama would be Tim Smith. I think he might be the last player from Alabama to get drafted. I think that's a kid that's going to go to a team that already has a decent defensive line in place, probably a real late pick. And I think, size-wise, NFL ready. Probably show up to the team and make them very happy.
Facts.
Get him in the 6th, 7th round.
Yes.
You are happy.
Stupid happy. Facts, man.
So I'm going to go with that. But like I said, bro, it's full of steals in this draft.
Mm-hmm. I think so, Tiz. I like that, bro. I love that for sure, for sure. Shout out to my favorite Georgia fan, James Richards. What's up, James? Much love to y'all boys over there in Georgia, man. Another team that we gonna try to get at next year. It's gonna be rough coming down in between them damn hedges. Nicely, freshly cut hedges, I might add. All the same height. Really like them hedges. Yeah, I'm a yard man. I love how them hedges all the same height. I don't know how they do that. I mean, every leaf. The same damn height. I like that, man. Shout out to James, bro. All right, Carl. I know you got one, coach. Give me your steals, man. I'm gonna give you mine after that. Uh-oh.
There we go.
Button. They got one.
It never fails. It never fails.
That's $1.
But hey, man, nice feeling on the horn tonight with y'all, man. But
yeah,
mine, man. Honestly, I like Quay Robinson and Malachi Moore. Like
stole mine, Malachi.
Malachi's great.
It's gonna be the steal of the draft, man. Because those two kids coming in ready to play. Malachi been playing a whole lot of years. Cuban coming in up. Cuban doing really good last year. And the year before, he was coming off the edge pretty fast. So he put him in a defense so he can get bigger. And he already, I say fast, already, so he get bigger and stronger. He's gonna be a menace coming off the edge. But Malachi, man, on that back end, tackling ability, and if he learned the depth concept and be able to play with his eyes on the ball more, he probably 3-4 year Pro Bowler. So I really like Malachi, man, and Q Raw. So those are my two, man, family, honestly.
For me, man, that was mine, Malachi. I really thought I think Malachi Moore is going to be a steal. If you remember, they kind of devaluing him the same way they did BB, the same way they did Brian Branch.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi is not going to have any problems picking up any NFL system. If you can learn Bama system under Coach Saban, you can play in the NFL, man. These DBs will tell you that. It's very, very similar. The checks, the things you look at, the man overs, all the matching in the back end. These kids are going to gravitate to an NFL system. I think Malachi Moore is going, if he gets in the right system, is going to flourish. JB says, which team do y'all think will make a trade up to move up in the draft? Listen, we all know, man, Tiz, Brinsky, Carl, they love overvaluing quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They and mess around and let some quarterbacks come off early. Folks gonna be scurrying to get who they want to get. I really believe Jalen Milroe will be drafted by the Steelers. I just believe it in my heart, man. I think the Steelers may possibly trade up if they can. They already trying to get rid of JJ Watt, not because of performance, because of his, the money. Not JJ Watt, TJ Watt, excuse me. TJ is an awesome player. I think that's one hell of a mistake. I do. Yes, he's getting a little older, but the kid is still producing double-digit sacks. I mean, you just can't find TJ Watts growing on trees, man.
That is very true.
And but I understand it's a business. You got to get your quarterback for the future. The NFL is going toward the mobile quarterback. It's going toward the mobile quarterback, man. Before we shift into our last subject, I want you guys to tell me this. We talked about our steals. We talked about the guys that may potentially go in the first round from Alabama. I'm going to start with you on this one, Coach Carl. Give me the one player from Alabama who you think will have a really, really good impact his first season. Think about your linebackers. Think about your offensive linemen. Think about your secondary people. Think about your D linemen and Tim Smith and people like that. Who do you see having an impact based on what you've seen from them in college their first year?
The biggest impact, more likely to be Tyler Booker.
Yeah, facts.
Here on that line, and he has body coming down every single snap. So playing him early, picking him early, playing him early, will give him the opportunity to get better as the season go on. So I say Tyler Booker, man, by the end of the year, Tyler Booker should be in a running for Pro Bowl selection at guard. And at second guy, maybe Jahan Campbell, by him playing inside linebacker. Probably gonna be doing all the calls, depends on what team picks him. So hopefully he get picked earlier with the mid-range to the good teams, or he get picked late with really good teams that really need linebackers. So he'll be in the system where he can grow and he can flourish very well. Knowing that he, like I said, played for Nick Saban, so you gotta know defense, man. You gotta be able to play anywhere. You play for Nick Saban. If you get drafted late in one of those rounds, man, one of those playoff contending teams, he can easily be the rookie of the year. Now coming out of this draft, be hit the right team with the right defense coach.
All facts. That was mine too, Tyler Booker, interior lineman, playing on the inside. It's a little different playing tackle, as we all know, but interior, Tyler Booker, I think, will flourish right off the rip, man. John, my brother John is here. Shout out to him. Much love to John. John, we was just talking about, we talked about our favorite guys in the NFL draft. Who do we think will go early? Some of our steals. Give me your steal of the draft. It could be any team, John. And also, after you give me your steal, give me who you think will have the biggest impact their first year in the NFL.
Ooh, that's a big one. So I'll start. I got an Alabama player and I got an Oklahoma player on this list. Honestly, I've thought about this before. When I think of, look, I was listening to you guys earlier. Malachi Moore has to be on that list, in my opinion, for a multitude of reasons. You have to look at what Brian Branch did at Detroit.
That's a whole fact.
Putting him in the right position to utilize his athletic ability. If you get Malachi Moore in the right system, in my opinion, don't try to make him a premier, right? So just like a 2-deep safety or whatever. Let him roam like Brian Branch. Let him use his athletic ability. Let him use his ball instincts, his ball hawking instincts. In my opinion, he's not, in my opinion, the big boomer like the guys Landon Collins and them in the past are. Let him roam and do his thing. You put him in the right position, I think you're definitely going to see this dude flourish. We've seen Brian Branch. He's broken now a multitude of records at Detroit for the first 2 years, 3 years. He's been there now. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty wild what he's doing. But I think the guy that's being overlooked probably more than anybody, his name was brought up all season at Oklahoma. The impact he brought to Brent Reynolds' defense, his IQ and everything else. Danny Stutzman.
Yeah, facts.
The fact that this dude is a 4th-round mock draft pick, it is mind-boggling to me. I don't completely understand it. You know what I mean? I don't know how to evaluate talent or anything like that. All I know is I know as a fan, when I watch the TV and I watch Oklahoma's defense, the defense runs through Stutzman, Billy Bowman, right? Like that's who, and both of those guys, by the way, are projected 4th-rounders. Mm-hmm. You look at their defense, top 10, 15 defense this season, even though their offense absolutely struggled more than anything. Stutzman as a 4th-rounder, that would make somebody really happy to bring this dude in the 4th round.
Yes, man. I love that, man. First, shout out to Ebony. Much love to Ebony, man. Love Ebony to death. And shout out to my broski from another Moski, Patriot Light. Rob is in the house, man. Much love to both my people. Love them to death, for sure, for sure. Thank you, Kimberly, and I love you back, my sister. I appreciate you more than you know, man. So okay, give me your steal then, John. If those are your steals, if Stutzman, now that's a steal.
It is.
I don't understand it either. I don't understand. Maybe if Jason was here, he could tell us why. I don't understand that at all. Give me one that you think will have a big impact, John, before we move on.
Are we talking about anybody?
Anybody.
I mean, look, I don't understand how you don't include this dude in every single conversation. It's gotta be Travis Hunter. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sorry, but the dude's gonna be on the field most likely. In my opinion, I think you're gonna see him on both sides of the field. We've seen his demands. Clearly, he has the cojones to say what he wants and the way he wants to play. And I feel like with him doing that, I think he'll come into the right place. Now, you know what I mean? Will he be flourishing? Maybe not. Right. So maybe they're going to figure out, well, he can't play, but I don't know how that may look. But when you're talking about impact, I mean, who had a bigger impact on the field than him? In my opinion. I mean, it's hard to argue that. Of course, many people can make the debate of he wasn't the best receiver, he wasn't the best cornerback, but the fact that you're great at both,
yes,
and you played both, and then you won what you won. I mean, outside of him, I'm gonna pick. I mean, I think me personally, I think Cam Ward is an home run hitter. That's just me. I was huge on Cam Ward ever since Washington State. I believe it was Washington State where he came from. Like, same thing. And I'm really big on Mateer, by the way, leaving Washington State as well, right? Going to Oklahoma.
right.
He's another one I'm really, really high on and in this upcoming season to watch out for. So that's just my opinion.
Facts, man. I
really
agree,
good
John.
ones.
I love that. Some actually pretty good ones, man. Tez, let me get around the circle, man. Shout out to Janet. Shout out to Auntie Janet. Love Janet to death. That's our partner for the show
Damn it.
forever and a day. You know what I'm saying? Gil and Dwight says, y'all think Texans would get at 25 would grab a Bama player? I think if one available, they would.
Yeah,
Tyler
depends on the
Booker.
available.
I don't think Jihad will be available.
Oh,
Booker
man, I
may
don't
be
think
available.
they got
This,
Henry and Christian.
Yeah,
Facts.
he's not gonna
this
grab.
has them taking Trey Amos at 25.
Yeah, they need DBs for sure. On the other side of my man from LSU, all facts. I just want to tell Ebony this since she's here. Ebony, I had to endure lashes across our asses in Pittsburgh from those god-awful Bungles Browns. And if I lose to them dudes one more time, I'm going to swallow a mosquito whole. Promise you. It was torture, Coach Carl. Torture to see Ebony sunning me and bullying me. I just felt terrible all season.
Cyberbullying.
Yeah, she was bullying me, bro, and thought it was funny. Hurt my. I was disgusted with my team. I don't want to talk about that. That's a very sore subject right now. Them god awful Browns. Goodness. J Mims, you feel me, J Mims. Losing to the Browns when you the Steelers, it's like losing to Tennessee when you the Alabama Crimson Tide. It's just terrible. It just hurts your skin. Right, the wind hurt your skin, right? It's terrible, bro. So, Tez, quickly, I want you to tell me right now, if you had a lock, and if you get this right, you get 5 G's that they told you. Top 5 pick. Give me one for sure that you know is gonna go your way. Like if the first pick of the word, you think Cam Ward gonna go 1, you think my man from Colorado gonna go 2, you think Abdul Carter gonna go 3. Who do you know for sure in the top 5 only is gonna go where they're gonna go? What's a lock that you can sure tell you of right now?
So I think they already kind of confirmed the first 2 picks, right?
Well, the
Which
number
2?
1 pick is definitely confirmed. I know that.
Yeah. Number
Yeah,
1 lock.
So number 1 is for sure Cam Ward, right?
Yeah, they already.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 through 5. Give me
2
one that you
through
for
5
sure.
is interesting because if I'm the Browns, the way I love football, I would get Abdul Carter because I would
love
pair
Abdul
him.
Carter.
I
I
would
love
pair
him, yes.
him with Myles
Myles
Garrett
Garrett,
and wreak havoc.
Just unfair.
Yes.
However, I got a feeling that they're gonna go Travis.
Yeah.
So if I had to pick one of those picks for a lock,
I think the Giants gonna go Travis.
Hey, I don't know, man. That can get the draft can start there.
In fact,
think
it really
will,
could.
man.
It really could.
I'm gonna say the lock. I'm gonna go with the Patriots getting the receiver from Arizona.
Okay. All right. I like it. They definitely need it.
They
You
need
know
a
what I'm saying?
receiver.
Yeah.
All of the wash will be out of the way, and he'll be sitting there at 4th.
It's about McMillan, right?
Yeah, McMillan.
Yeah, McMillan.
Ooh, look at Ebony.
I think that's his big one.
Don't Cleveland. I feel y'all got is it an echo? Is it? My bad. Ebony says Hunter to Cleveland.
You get Denzel Ward and Travis Hunter. Then on the offensive end, you get Judy and Travis Hunter. I like it.
But how could they do that though? Don't they got another top 5 pick or they just got one?
Just one.
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying Travis Hunter, like you get him on both
It's
sides.
like 2 players.
Oh yeah. What about you, Brinsky? What's a lock for you?
Who's a lock? I think Abdul Carter is just a lock.
Giants. They got Thibodeau on one side now. Kayvon Thibodeau.
I don't really like Thibodeau. I think Thibodeau is super overrated. I thought it was overrated.
He's soft now. He stay hurt all the time. He's soft.
I can see Abdul Carter in Cleveland, and you pair him up with Myles Garrett. That is just unfair. Because now you know you can't double team nobody. If you double team Myles Garrett, Abdul Carter's gonna cause problems.
Yes. Facts, man. I agree. What about you, Coach Carl? What's your lock?
Well, I'm gonna take it a little bit different from what they just said.
Oh,
I got Travis Hunter locked with the Giants, man, because like y'all said,
no.
exactly like y'all said, man, Cleveland gonna take Abdul Carter and my expectation. And Travis Hunter gonna be the next best thing on the board. Your Giants in desperate need of a playmaker. They're gonna take Travis Hunter, pass on some more, and then because they value Travis Hunter exactly the way he want to play. Travis said he want to play offense and defense. And
they've all been a college coach before.
And Giants said that. So, and with Cleveland said they value him as a wide receiver, but Giants value both sides of the ball. So
yeah,
so if Cleveland draft him, they're gonna pay him $40 million, man. So he can't play on the other side of the ball. Pay that type of money. So if they're gonna pass on, take or do a quarter, and the Giants gonna take Travis Hunter. That can be my lock because he's gonna be the next best thing on the board. Even though they need a quarterback, can't pass on Travis Hunter. That'd be stupid.
That was my lock. That was mine right there too, Coach Carl. We think alike. John, you got a lock for sure?
Yeah, but mine's a little bit more intricate. Mine involves a trade for sure. I feel like the Giants are going to trade down one spot to the Patriots because number one, that gives the Giants a spot to draft Will Campbell as their offensive tackle, and them drafting, obviously moving down a spot, gives them a second round pick, which to a lot of fans, number one, they get their offensive tackle for the future, and it gives them an automatic second round pick, in my opinion, to let them draft a quarterback potentially of the future to take a gamble on, and that's Jalen Milroe.
Oh, mixed it up on us. Okay.
Hero too.
Facts. I'm gonna speak it into existence. I'm hoping the Steelers pick Jalen. You know what I'm saying? Let him sit behind Aaron Rodgers, and because we're gonna sign him. That's a whole fact. Ain't nobody else out there. Ebony says the Browns will let Travis play both sides too, but I agree Carter's a beast. Yeah, you seen Abdul up close out there in the Big Ten. That dude, he was my favorite too all season, man. We talked about him on other streams, man. We definitely talked about him.
He's the player like we talk about trading up. I wouldn't be surprised somebody trading to that second pick.
That's a fact.
Somebody jump all over them to get into that second pick to pick Abdul Carter.
Jay Mims want him too. Jay Mims want him too, and the Browns too.
And I think that's where the trade with, in my opinion, the Patriots and the Giants makes sense because look at what the Patriots are going to be attacking this year.
That's a fact.
An Abdul Carter. And then if you can get an offensive tackle with, you already have the receiver Malik Neighbors, and then you could pick up Jalen Milroe, the QB of the future, right, in the second round. I think the pieces just make almost too much sense.
Hey, anything can happen. It starts Thursday, right?
Yeah, Thursday.
We'll see Thursday. The first round is always the most crazy. You know what I'm saying?
All the trades happen in the first round. So
that's
6 hours.
The second
but this is I'm telling you, this draft is gonna have some fireworks, man, because you start going into the fourth round, you got like a lot of players. Kobe Bryant is a projected fourth round pick who I'm very high on. Like you said, Stutzman, Billy Bowman, Malachi. Those are the reason that some of these players are sliding. Like Stutzman, there's a lot of linebackers in front of Stutzman. It's very high, very, very. This draft is filled with linebacker options. So that's why some of these good players are sliding, man. This is the draft to really plug some holes for your team if you need them.
Really. That's facts. That's facts, Link.
And just saying one more thing on this.
Yeah.
I don't know how Will Johnson is just falling in this draft, but somebody about to get a star.
Brinsky been on him all season, bro. You know what I'm saying? Facts, JB718, all facts. Look, J Mims said, where do you guys see Nolan Wilson going? That's a big old boy. What you got on that, Coach Carl?
Nolan Wilson, man, right now they got him valued as a late third round draft pick.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Mark draft, I think they got him going late fourth round. I see him being one of those guys, like y'all saying, one of those sleeper guys that some team gonna sit out there and evaluate him, and then they're gonna move him higher on the draft because maybe that team they had to face him right behind, and then they're gonna move up high in the draft and take him probably the early first round, early second, third round, or like right on the fringe in the middle third round.
I believe it. I definitely believe it. It's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. So, transitioning into this topic, we had a really, really, really good time, bro. Talking about this. I'm sorry. What you say?
The problem is a lot of these draft evaluators,
yeah,
always get it wrong.
Yeah.
Like they undervalue kids because they have favoritism towards other kids. And they favor the most used to be the ones that end up not producing in the NFL, and the ones that get drafted late fourth round or get the studs of the draft.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of times they get misevaluated because Mel Kiper might like this guy and Todd McShay might like this one and somebody else like that one, and then they get all collected together and they grade that person, and then that one player get graded by 3 or 4 people, and then their grade just drops.
Yeah,
and that's how easy, bro.
It's going to expose that too, Coach Carr, because of the talent in this draft is so close together. Like the difference between a Jalen Walker and a Danny Stutzman is razor thin. Yet one's a first round pick, one's a fourth round pick.
Yeah.
So like that evaluation piece is about to be tested in this draft. That's why I keep saying like this draft is full of steals. Don't get caught up in that first round. You want to stick around to day 2 of this draft and see what some of these players land. Because I'm telling you, it's some stars in them later rounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let Walter Nolan fall to the Eagles and watch what happens.
What? Man, come on.
I'm not even going to watch football.
If he falls to the second round, he's not falling to the second round.
No, but the Eagles are in the first round.
If he falls to the Eagles' lap, just go ahead and they won the draft right there because they cheated.
Edit that part out, Coach, and pretend like he didn't say that.
I don't really think they're gonna take him. Nobody gonna take him in the first round. That's just my thought. Because people killing them on draft grades, man. The draft grades are killing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they killing that kid. That kid.
It's Howie Roseman. He just trying to get him at the end, man. I'm telling you, man. Don't let it happen. Don't be a fool.
There you go, Ted. There you go, Ted.
The Eagles do stuff like that. Eagle will kill your spirit and then draft you in the first round.
Facts. J. Mim says, I hate to admit it, but somebody we're gonna get a stud in running back Hunter from Auburn.
You will.
Yeah, hey, he took that rock, man.
I didn't even see his back. What's his grade on?
I don't know.
I think
he got good leg power.
It's a 4th or 5th round paid.
Yeah,
really? 4th or 5th?
Yeah, I think it's 5th.
I'm
looking at it right now.
And they gonna get one too.
Yeah.
They probably because he had all those touches in Auburn, so he did choke the ball a lot at Auburn.
Yeah.
I don't like Auburn's system for running backs. I don't like all that. I don't like their system, man. I like the one Gus Malzahn used to run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't like
middle 5th to middle 6th, and they gave him a draft grade of which. Look, I don't go by this crap, but it's 72.
Yeah.
Draft grade would kill you, man.
You take it. You take it when it comes to these draft grades.
But
then it like they really devaluing outside of Genty. All of the running backs are just kind of slide. Genty's the only first round one. After that, you probably have to get like maybe late second round before you see another running back in the projections.
They got Genty as a top 5 pick. I don't see it at all. I don't know where they're getting this from. And nobody really needs a running back that high.
Well,
like nobody else, they either need a quarterback or they need somebody on the defense.
Man, top 5. He good. I ain't gonna take nothing from him, but good Lord, man. Shout out to Jeremy. What's up, Jeremy? So check it out, man. Let's transition into this last subject real quick. It's been a lot of controversy, man, over this debacle that people would call it, or this action that people call it. You know what I mean? Me and Brinsky and Tez and all of us talked about it. You know what I mean? But people was hitting me in the DM and asking me questions, and I had to argue with some weird. You know what, man? I'm still not used to social media because I don't get. So I'm learning every day from Brinsky, from Tez, from John, from everybody, man. Me and Coach Carl, we you know what I'm saying? We trying to get on. So I don't know all the ins and outs like some of these other Alabama podcasters that be on here every day, 13 hours a day, bro. So I'm arguing with the dude, right? When I tell y'all this dude left me 20 messages, bro, and I wouldn't respond. It was like 20 of them back to back to back to back. I said, bro, you're arguing with yourself. You do know that, right? Or if you don't leave me alone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Why you bothering me, dog? Why you keep, bro? I said, bro, if you don't leave me alone, bro. I had 20 messages, brother, from this dude talking about, yeah, you won't respond because you're losing the argument. Man, these internet people are crazy, bro. Look, chat, they are crazy. With a capital C. Shout out to Lynn. Lynn, what up, man? What's up with you, bro? Let me give a special shout out to Lynn, man, because I got my shirt today. Shout out to my brother Lynn, brother Lynn. Shout out to Lynn, man. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with Lynn. I'm gonna post that link, man. These guys got an opportunity to sponsor a race car for where they work at, for their business. And that was awesome, bro. That's a dream for some people, man, because it ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lynn, man. Lynn is doing big things, man. Really, really, really like that. Thank you, Lynn, for that shirt, man. Bless you. All of us, thank you, man.
Definitely appreciate it. Didn't get it yet, but definitely appreciate it. And
all facts.
I'll let you know if I come up there. Still don't know yet.
All facts, man. Much love, Lynn. We appreciate you, broski. We talked about the draft, Lynn. We talked about who our steals was. We talked about who do we think is going to go where, who we like to see go where. And now we transitioning to the tough subject that had everybody on pins and needles arguing. I was just giving my brothers a story that I had on, you know, these dudes on Twitter, man. They like tough behind these keyboards, man. I mean, they be tough, boy. They be tough. I'm to my Hulk Hogan brother, that type of tough. Bruh, dude left me 20 messages, bro. Yeah, hey, Eric D, I'm not lying, bro. I look back at, you know, I laid my phone down when I cut the grass, come back. He was still arguing with me. I said, bro, if you don't leave me alone, bro, what are you texting me, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with these folks, man? So the subject is, should me and Tez had a good debate about it. And I'll start off and then I'm gonna pass it to you guys. I hadn't heard Coach Carl speaking, or I heard John's, but I want John to get a little more in depth. I think me and Brinsky kind of on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
So the chat, I want to hear what the chat thinks. So Brinsky,
that's funny, man.
Hey Brinsky, I told dude leave me alone, bro.
I'm tripping off the part where he said,
you're losing this argument.
You're losing this argument. That's why you ain't messaging back.
I said, bro, you're arguing alone, bro. You do know that, right? So
should have asked him what he won.
Man, I just let it go, bro. I ain't got time. I give you about 4 comments after that. I don't feel like doing that, arguing on social media. So should or should not of Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter get their jersey retired. Now I'm gonna give you my quick spiel, and then I want to hear my brothers. And I'm gonna tell you really quickly why I feel the way I feel. I played football in high school. I played football in college, and I got a chance to see the 90s bleed over into the 2000s. So I've seen football then, and I see football now. I got a chance to coach at a couple high schools, a couple 7-on-7 teams, started out in the youth league, and worked my way on up. From BJ to JC to A2 Eagles, 7-on-7. I've seen a lot, man. I've seen a lot of recruits. I've sat in them rooms. So I've seen football change. I've seen football go from all about the fan to all about the player. I say, and you would have to follow football to understand why I say this. Yes, let me acknowledge Tez's argument and several other people's argument. Yes, Shedeur Sanders went 13-12 in his career. His first year, they went what, 4-8? Tez, 4-8 maybe. First year at Colorado, a team that has been in utter dismay for almost a decade. The next season, which is this past season, they went 9-3 regular season, same as Alabama, 9-4 total with the bowl loss to BYU. Good team. Before I say what I'm saying, guys, you have to understand how bad Colorado was. Colorado and Vanderbilt was by tip for that gum tap. You know what I'm saying? Vanderbilt may have been better because they was in the SEC. I say this. Before David, let me tell you what David Pollack said. David Pollack said Joe Burrow, Tim Tebow, Cam Newton, all of those guys didn't have their jersey retired, but Shedeur Sanders did. The first thing I said was, if Joe Burrow, Tim Tebow, and Cam Newton didn't have their jersey retired, maybe you should go holler at LSU, Auburn, and Florida. What the hell they got to do with Colorado? Right? My point was, Colorado was in ambiguity for a decade, right? Shedeur Sanders, Deion came, all the hoopla came, cool. But somebody got to go out there and play. I get it. The eyes, Deion brought it all, but Deion ain't playing, right? My point was, I'm a Bama fan. So my team don't retire jerseys for fandom, right? But I understand Colorado. Colorado utterly, forgive me, Colorado fans, utterly suck. They suck, bro. They're not good, bro, right? So for Colorado to be the fourth watched football team for 2 years, 4 and 10, I guess I said 4 1 year, 10 another. For Colorado to be right behind Ohio State, Alabama, and Georgia in eyeballs. For the Colorado State game to average more fans that night than the Iron Bowl. For Colorado bowl game to have more eyeballs, almost twice as many as our ReliaQuest Bowl. Bro, that's got to count for something, right? Sure, we know his wins didn't equal nothing great, right? But in 2025, Coach Carr probably know this even better than me because he's a present high school coach. In 2025, football, believe it or not, okay, what they tell you, if you don't believe me, go ask Tennessee, is way bigger than wins and losses nowadays, buddy. Way bigger, right? Today, it's about how many eyeballs and how many asses can you put in them seats up there. You know what I'm saying? Shedeur brought eyeballs, they brought asses to the seats, and they made Colorado relevant, no matter how much we want to hate on it. Colorado was relevant and is relevant. Every channel been talking about this. What I said was, based on that, if Colorado feel like that value is enough for us to retire your jersey, thank you for putting us back on the map. Thank you for putting us back at the forefront of college football. Thank you for now recruits are coming here. Thank you for putting Colorado in everybody's mouth. Thank you for putting Colorado back where everybody can see us. If we got to say thank you, and this is the biggest way we can say thank you, thank you. As a Bama fan, why would I be mad about that? Why would I go online? They don't deserve that. Joe Burrow jersey ain't. What the hell they got to do with Colorado, David Pollack? Maybe you should go talk to LSU and ask LSU, why you ain't retired Joe Burrow? Florida, why you ain't retired Tim Tebow? There is no rule in college football that say you got to wait this long or you got to wait that long. Or did you hear what Cordell Stewart said? Cordell Stewart said, bro, when I played, it was 12,000 people in the stands. Colorado, out of 24 games, 22 of them have been on ESPN, and 11 of them was in prime time. That's more than some SEC schools. You got to reward them for that. Retire their jersey. For Colorado, that's okay. If Vanderbilt go out and beat Alabama tomorrow, as they did this year, hell, people wanted to build them a statue just for beating Alabama. They wanted to build them a statue, right? Well, Colorado was a more popular team than we was this year. This is a fact. For us national. I say, if this is the standard for Colorado, I don't have no problem with them retiring their jerseys. I want to get John and Coach Carl first. You know what I'm saying? And I want to finish up with Brinsky and Tez, and I want to hear what they got to say. John, give it to me.
All right. So I got a couple extra things to add on from what I said last time, but the first one, I'm going to say it again. The fact that no one is going to argue Travis Hunter, but they want to argue Shedeur, doesn't make complete sense to me. Right. So that's just my quick take on that. Now, the next couple of points I have here, because I had to write them down, that way they don't escape me here. Number 2, recruiting matters. I don't care what anybody
Mhm.
says. Recruiting matters, right? Then when you get the recruit, you want to maintain the recruit, right? So I think this is a big part of that. Number 3, who are any of us or analysts like to sit here and argue and tell Colorado what to do? Wouldn't that be their own legacy players' job to do? Wouldn't that be Cordell Stewart? If I'm going to say they don't deserve, no. I'm going to go and ask Cordell Stewart, what do you think?
He on
You
board.
played for Colorado. Salam, all these guys, they played for Colorado. They won, right? He won a Heisman Trophy, like all this great stuff. So what's your take? That to me is going to be more valuable than anything you can put on a piece of film or write down here. I'm sorry, if you're an Alabama fan, we built Saban a statue in 2010. We build him as soon as they win him for the coach. Why is it different for a player? I'm sorry. Like, in my opinion, what's the big difference in that? Are we always going to live in the past? Do we have to always live in the past and do things the way or can we not adapt? Because as far as I'm aware of, Alabama's won national championships by adapting and not living in the past. We've seen it happen a multitude of times, right? So the times are changing. Deion's changed things. If you want a good example of this, look at where Michael Vick is coaching right now.
It's a whole fact.
And look what he's doing, recruiting his staff and talking about how, guess who helped him get on that pathway? That was Deion Sanders and his kids. The whole thing, the whole structure is put in place for a reason. So it's definitely more, it's more than just about wins and losses here. And this isn't the College Football Hall of Fame.
Facts. Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just, it isn't what it is. It's Colorado retiring their own people's jersey.
Thank you,
You know what I
sir.
mean? Who am I to sit there and judge that? Do I think they deserve it? Yes, I do, because holy crap, I don't care what anybody says. They're talking about they're disrespecting the past, or Colorado football has only been alive for the past 3 years. I don't think it's disrespecting the past, but as far as I'm aware of, as an Alabama fan, as a huge college football fan, my God, I haven't talked about Colorado, I mean, before Deion in a decade, maybe longer. You know what I mean? So they're more than just relevant. They're being talked about. They're one of the most watched. I mean, over 100 records for Shador. We can make that argument all we want. I just think it comes down to stop being in the damn old school mode.
Yeah.
Right. And understand this is where we're at now. You want kids to come in and play for you? Show them what you're going to give them.
Yeah.
Right. So there's money that's given. Anybody can print that off and give it to them. Right. Alabama was known for building their little arcades and their super nice stuff right for the players on the side. This is just another additive to that. Like, we can retire you here if you make a big enough impact. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think it's an old school mode that we got to get out of.
And remember, before you go, Coach Carr, I love that, John. There is no rule. I thought it was some type of national rule where you had to do all this and you got to do all that. Just because another player at another school is not retired jersey-wise, what do that got to do with you? You got to get out of your Bama mode for a minute. Our standard is a little higher here in Alabama, right? We get that.
Yeah.
This is Colorado, the lowest level of football. I no disrespect to them, right? I don't have no problem what they done for them kids under the circumstances of who it was. No first round pick since 2011. They got 2 now. Go ahead, Coach Carr.
Well, sorry. One last thing for you, Coach Carr. And I'm down here in San Antonio, and I'm letting you know right now, there will be a statue built of Jeff Traylor down here for the UTSA head coach. I can guarantee it. And it's not because of what he wins and everything. It's because of the impact that man has made for the city of San Antonio for coaching UTSA.
Let me hold on, Coach Carl. Shout out to Lynn Shannonfeld, man. That's our brother. Shout out to Lynn. I believe we got something for them this weekend, and I'm proud to represent both SGI and Michael Waldron Brewing Company on track. We're expecting over 350 SGI team members at the race, and it's going to be one to remember. Shout out to Lynn for the $50 super chat, man. We will be pulling for Lynn and his team to bring home this championship come race weekend. Much love to you, Lynn. You have got me to become a NASCAR fan now. I've been watching NASCAR. Listen, man, shout out to Lynn, man. Much love to my broski. He doing big things. And I will be pulling for you too, Lynn. You better believe it. All of us will, man. Thank you for that, bro. That's from all of us, man. Thank you. Where did Dwight's comment go? Where was it, Dwight?
That's right.
I can't find it. Somebody said Colorado can do what Colorado right there. That's kind of what I'm saying. Right there. The bottom line is that Colorado can do whatever the hell they want to do. Go ahead, Coach Carl.
It's that simple.
Hey, man, that's the same thing I was about to say, man. Colorado do what the hell they want to do. The hell with David Pollard hating ass, man. All David Pollard hate any damn way. That man hate damn everything thing happen. He just mad because the shit don't happen in Georgia. He want his jersey. It is a shame. He want a fucking statue in Georgia and do shit to get it. So just tell David Pollard go F himself, man, because all that bullshit he be doing, man, is getting on my damn nerves. Every time that man open his damn mouth, he's hating on those guys. He never says anything positive. He hates on everybody. I don't think that motherfucker like Kirby Smart. I be honest. Like everything he opens his mouth, man, he's just hater. If Colorado want to retire Deion Sanders, goddamn 21, let him retire 21 for Deion Sanders. Those two kids are their best players in the college football in their program history. So retire that shit, and then you retire those jerseys. Like John said, it's come down to recruiting, man. Nowadays you gotta do something to get those kids in Colorado. So you retire those two kids' jerseys, then they get another quarterback, another Travis Hunter. Probably never see it again, but they look up and get another stud like Travis Hunter. That kid wins a Heisman, be up for a Heisman. Shador get another quarterback comes up there and be up for a Heisman, break all Shador records. Yeah, you retire that shit too. Because what's gonna happen next? That next quarterback wanna come, that next receiver wanna come, that next corner wanna come, and you keep on getting these kids a reason to show up, they're gonna start showing up. And I wish like hell, like we done it in Alabama. Like retire some numbers, man, or put some numbers in the roster, and maybe they're not retired, but put the names in the roster, like put Price and Dan Julio, put Derrick Henry, because those Heisman Trophy winners, and then Julio being the cornerstone of the program, turn this shit around with Nick Saban. Put those numbers in the roster. You don't have to retire them. Just put their names in the goddamn in the commentary right there, wraps around the stadium. It goes around the stadium constantly. Put those numbers in the constantly and say those names are forever retired in Alabama. It's just like the Alabama Ring of Honor or something like that. That shit gonna bring in more recruits. Deion is winning, man. So if David Pollard hate because Deion winning, then David Pollard go jump his ass on the road somewhere. I'm tired of hearing the damn name anyway. With Tim Tebow, man. Tim Tebow won a Heisman. He won that championship for Florida.
So why ain't Florida retiring his jersey, Coach Carl?
Because the hell they don't value Tim Tebow like damn Colorado value damn Travis Hunter and
That's all we saying. That's all we saying.
Value on them boys is not. Colorado, they value their two players. Everybody else don't. So leave Colorado the hell alone. Let Colorado keep winning, because I guarantee you, when that jersey go up in that stadium, that's another damn 5-star quarterback will be looking at Colorado.
People don't understand that. It's all about the show. It's all about the show. Dan Lanning was talking crazy about Deion. All he want to do is have cameras. Well, guess what Dan Lanning done about 4 games later? The same damn thing, right? He saw kids are starting to actually go to Colorado. Wait a minute now, right? And I'm going to say this really quickly. I ain't going to call no names, but there are people out there at a certain university who had kids to die, to lose their life, to be unalived. Parents lost their kids, man. You send your kid to college, they get to racing and doing all these crazy stuff that we do when we're young. Guess what? Accidents happen. Now your kid is eyes closed for good. I didn't hear some of these people saying a mumbling word about that.
Not one goddamn word.
Not a mumbling word. You know what I mean? Not the people that are connected to those universities, right?
You don't hear Pollard saying shit when all those damn boys out there getting DUIs and ain't even 21, right?
Won't say a mumbling word, but you will show hate on Colorado just for doing something that Colorado want to do. What does Colorado eat that make me defecate? Right? You can't put a standard on a jersey whose university don't hold that standard. We don't value that. We value this, right? Tez. Now Tez took the other side of this and he makes some good points.
Because
Let
he's
me
in
hear
the
you, Tez.
just
Oh, go
because
ahead,
he's
Carl.
in
I'm sorry.
Coach Sean, he feel like his opinion matters. But when it comes down to shit like this, man, your opinion don't matter. Leave them kids alone, man. That's those kids' fame. That's their shine. Let those kids have their shine. Hey, maybe one day Georgia may feel decent enough for you and just give you a damn, put your number outside the stadium and on a rock.
If you ain't gonna comment on 20-something DUIs over 2 years, then stop commenting on Colorado, bro. Stop it. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Talk that negative about Georgia. Leave everybody else alone.
Hey, Coach Cole, I didn't know you had such a problem with David Pollack.
Facts,
Man.
Lynn.
That's nice to know.
I respect that. All facts, Lynn. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, I would have respected it more if he talked about what's going on at your university.
True.
Right? It's a lot of stuff going on at Georgia, respectfully, man. And it's not Kirby's fault. It's not Kirby's fault, right? Kids gonna be kids, man. I mean, he's the head coach, so he'll get blamed. But well, you know how it is we in college, man. Lord knows, man, listen, you know, I mean,
we was 18, 19, 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
My point is, being a Bama fan, I can't puck up my mouth to hate on another university for 10 seconds. If Colorado want to use those jerseys to tie them together to play double dutch, what the hell I got to do with me? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So, Tez, give us your spiel.
Yeah. So, of course, I was on the other side of this. I'll say this. I have since thought about it a bit and kind of changed a little bit of how I feel about this. And I reserve the right to do that from time to time because we're human.
Facts.
And how what I've changed is that I have this saying that I say all the time, Briscoe, you probably heard it, is tradition is just peer pressure from dead people. I live by this. I live by this phrase. If you know me, you know me. I live by this phrase. And because of that phrase, I cannot hold Colorado specifically accountable for doing something out of the norm, out of what I traditionally would see happen when it comes to jersey retirements. However, I've come to the conclusion that I don't like it. I agree that this is the way that college football is going, and I don't like it. I think that is my issue with the whole thing, is that we gotta, I said it till I'm blue in the face, we gotta value wins, right? This game that I love, this game that we come up here and talk about all the time, we debate these players. Right now, I'm an Auburn fan. There's a bunch of Alabama fans on the panel. We talk about that Iron Bowl all the time. It comes down to wins and losses. When we had those big moments in those Iron Bowls, 4th and 31, the kick 6, we talk about wins and losses. The only person that talks about what happened during those games and brings up the stats and the numbers are the losers. The loser wants to have that conversation. This sport is built off that. You guys are coaches. Your job is to try to get these guys to think outside of themselves, to come together for a common goal, and that is to win, right? That is the very fabric of the game. Between NIL, transfer portal, and stuff like this, it hurts me to hear sometimes us say, well, the wins and losses don't matter. To me, as a purist, that hurts, because all I can think about is NBA. That's all I can think about is the NBA, because that is what happened to the NBA. Wins and losses don't matter in the NBA no more. Statistics, individual awards have taken the precedent, and you see what happened to the product on the court. Nobody watches it. I see college football heading in that direction. And it's not just this. I think this Deion situation for me is just like a microcosm of all of everything that's happening. You know what I'm saying? And it just feels like the fabric of the game I love is getting taken away, and we're valuing individual accolades over wins and losses. So that's all I ask, is like, when we tell the stories, it's I count it to like this. We all got an auntie or cousin or somebody that buys us a gift during Christmas, right? And then it's got, like, in a nice gift box, it's got ribbons and tissue, and all of it, and you spend all this time sifting through all that, cutting the paper off, and then you get all the way down it, and it's a pair of socks. That's how I feel when we talk about this, and we bring up all these records and things, and we sift through all the paper of single season records, and did he do this and did he do that? What the revenue he brought to the school and the relevance. And then when we open the box and we get all the way in and we get down to the record and we see 13-12, 1-9 against ranked opponents, it feels like a pair of socks. Feels like I just went through all that to get a pair of socks. So that's my issue with it. It's not necessarily, it's not with Shaduk. And again, I'm gonna say this. We debate this because, man, I do it because I'm old. I don't have nothing else to do with my time. But I don't know these people, man. I never met Dion a day in my life. I never met his kids. I don't know. We just kind of debating topics that are relevant at the time. So, like, don't take it personal if I say I don't agree with it. You know what I mean? It's just it just is what it is. But but I hope that brings a little bit more clarity to what I said when we previously had the conversation.
I get it. I get it.
Let me ask Tez a question, Coach Sean. Can I ask Tez a question, Coach Sean?
Oh yeah. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
All right, Tez. This is the question I have for you, right? If Shador Sanders was in Auburn, with the offensive line Auburn had, with the running game Auburn had, with the defense Auburn had, do you think Shador Sanders would have been 4-8 the first year or 4-9 the first year?
With the same thing in Auburn?
Yes. No. With Peyton Thorne, you switched Peyton Thorne for Shador Sanders. Do you think that Auburn has a losing season in these last 2 years?
Probably not. I think he's a better quarterback than Peyton Thorne.
Okay. So you put Shador Sanders on a team with better linemen, bigger, stronger linemen, bigger, stronger running backs, another powerful wide receiver outside of Trevor Hunter. You know, he had a bunch of weapons on the outside, but didn't have the strength and the power to last with those big boys. You put him on there with a defense like Auburn's powerful defensive line with Keldrick coming off the end. Like, you put him in that type of program, do you really think those numbers will be fabricated the same as those Colorado numbers? His numbers are that because
specifically, I don't. Say again.
His numbers look like that because he had to do more with less.
Right.
So I think that's why they value him so high at Colorado, because he had to do more with less than most quarterbacks in the country had 20 times more than he had. His offensive line like a fly.
I get that. I get that, but you can almost say that about any quarterback, right? If you put them in an ideal situation for their skill set, they're gonna flourish, right? If you take
Tez, you can't put. I mean, and I'm a Miro fan. You can't put Jada Miro in Colorado and that man go there and win.
Oh no! Not, I say in something that matches their skill set. You might not be able to put Jalen Miro in Colorado, but if you put him down there and let him run what Vanderbilt's run, he's gonna be successful doing that. You see what I'm saying?
You can't put Cam Warner in Colorado. You're saying like you're taking talent with nothing.
One of the things about, and I hate doing this, but one of the things that about that first year that we have to take into account is everybody on this panel and everybody in America almost said like they need to run the ball more, right? If they can run the ball, they would win some of these games, right? What Shador did to me is the equivalent of, so 5 years ago, I'm gonna say about 5 years ago, when I was playing fantasy football, I would always, I had a fantasy football strategy where I would never draft a quarterback. I would always get a quarterback off the waiver wire. Why? Because those quarterbacks are gonna be on bad teams, and in the second half, they're gonna find themselves throwing the ball a lot. Blake Bortles was my guy, right? If I can get me a Blake Bortles, I know for a fact that the team is trash, they're gonna be down, and they're gonna throw for a lot of yards. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like with Shador Sanders in that 4,000-yard season, specifically the one in the pack. This last season was better, but that first season they were down a lot.
Okay.
They couldn't hold on to a lot of leads, and it was like, hey, if they had ran the ball more.
You don't have a team, Tez.
Enough with that. Enough with that. Do not compare Shador Sanders to no Blake Bortles. They were just talking bad about the guy, talking about, oh, he's coming from an HBCU. We don't even think he's going to be that good.
Yeah.
And then he comes on to a 1-11 team and does that much and lights up the first game of the season. And yes, they could have ran the ball more, but guess what? What we found out too, that line was trash. So what were they going to run?
I don't know.
No, they weren't going to run nothing.
Live and win this, Ted. You can't,
bro.
This is on record.
But I'm saying, bro, that doesn't
on the staff.
Yeah, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he still had to throw the ball a lot. Like, regardless of whether they could have run the ball or not, he still had to go there and throw the ball
a lot too, Tez.
But
I'm not comparing him to Dan Marino.
Does it matter also that the other team knows he's going to have to throw the ball a lot?
He put 4,000 yards.
Like, come on, man. We got to be for real, man. Like, dude, you talking about wins and all that. We just saying wins. Like, what is a certain winning percentage do they have to get a retired jersey that would make you feel good?
Archie Manning got his jersey
There's
retired.
I don't know. It's apparently for Colorado. It's
no.
over
I'm asking
500.
you. I don't care about Colorado. I'm asking
For my school, you would have to. I don't know. It depends on you. You have to be one of the most. You would have to at least have led us to something.
What Pat
If
Sullivan
that makes
led
sense.
y'all to?
What did
What Pat Sullivan led y'all to?
I have no idea.
He led you
you
to
tell
nothing.
me? Okay.
He led you to a couple, maybe a couple of Iron Bowl win, maybe one, maybe two.
Mm-hmm.
He's
got that trophy though, right?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No. He got a trophy. Shador has an All-American. Out of all the quarterbacks in America, he has an All-American. He literally has a trophy that only 10 other Heisman Trophy winners have.
Bro, that's a backward stat though. That's
No.
it is a backward stat. You're saying that out of all the people that won the Heisman, out of all the people that have won the Johnny Unitas Award, only 10 of them were good enough to win the Heisman. Like, you can take that stat and put it both ways. That's what I'm saying. You can't really use that because we don't know which one is which.
Pat Sullivan has a statue literally at Auburn for doing what?
For winning a Heisman Trophy. Every Heisman Trophy winner we have has a statue. It's consistent.
Okay. Let's leave it right there. For a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, what does that have to do with the team?
Nothing. What do you mean? What's that have to do with the team?
What did he do on team? What did he do team wise? What did he do?
What the win losses were? That's what
I don't know. Have you looked it up?
This is your team.
I don't know, bro. I'm telling you,
I don't know either. But I'm just saying.
Like, that's like you said Pat Sullivan. That's like me going back and asking you, like, what was Joe Namath's win-loss record? You probably don't know.
But guess what? Hold on. This is my point. You said we're going to look through the history books like, oh, we got all these records and all this stuff. Then we come down to the records. And then you said that's what college football is coming to. Tez, that has always been that way. That has always been that way. No, yes, it has. You can look through the history of college football. Look at every school that hasn't won anything. Pat Sullivan hadn't won nothing. Bo Jackson hasn't won nothing. Only person that won something at Auburn that is worthy of something that we know is Cam Newton.
And he has a Heisman isn't retired.
His jersey isn't retired.
No.
Nope.
But guess what? Cam Newton has a statue.
But I'm also
what does them two have to do with
I'm also one of the people that don't think Cam Newton's jersey should necessarily be retired. So that's what I'm saying is like
that's answer.
But that's what I'm telling you is my logic is consistent. Like, you're trying to bring up Auburn to break it, and I'm telling you, like, I'm consistently the same across the board.
But you're not being consistent.
No, but I started this by saying, like, okay, it exists for Colorado, and I'm just telling you that I don't like it. That's all.
Okay.
It exists for Colorado. I agree with y'all. I said, hey, yeah, for Colorado that exists, they can do what they want to do. That's fine. Like I said, tradition is just peer pressure from dead people. Break it. Do what you want to do.
You said
all by all means. But I'm
do for Colorado.
This doesn't sit well with me. That's all.
Only thing I just didn't like what you were saying, like he threw 4,000 yards because you thought he was padding stats. He threw 4,000 yards because they didn't have no. I didn't say he was padding stats. I
said he was down. He was down in football games, late in football games.
You know how hard it is to throw. You know how hard it is to get those type of yards when they know what you about to do. When they know what you about to do.
When they up 21 and they don't care if you do that 5-yard dink like, come on, man. Like, we watch football
Only game I
games.
really seen them
What
get
happens
really
in
blown
second
out in
halves
was
when
the Oregon game. Was really the Oregon game. Every other game, you take Shador off their team, they probably don't win anything.
bruh. And we can play the if and then game for every team. I don't do that.
Okay.
My thing is this, Coach Sean. Shador Sanders made Colorado relevant. Period.
That's all I'm saying. That me too. That's all.
No,
Man,
Shador don't transfer to Colorado.
I ain't even gonna even go with the relevant stuff because yes, that's the obvious one. But 100 school records. Anybody break 100 records of anything, they are great.
But
I don't
it
care
sucks
what
on
it
the
is.
inside.
100 records of anything.
It sucks on the inside of that
What
gift,
you
Brinsky.
Huh?
It sucks. It sucks on the inside of that gift, Brinsky.
But you was the one talking about Cordell Stewart.
Sound like David.
What did Cordell Stewart? You said Cordell Stewart. Why didn't Cordell Stewart?
He's got a conference championship at least. At least the Sox he got like, you know, they name brand.
Cordell Stewart's own words. He said, "I played in front of 12,000 people."
Hey, that's true.
He got
Colorado was the 4th watch team behind Alabama, Ohio State, and Georgia.
Running around making those miracle throws.
That's a team award. Hold on. Matter of fact,
if you tell me
whatever you hold on, what I don't know. I know you don't know what year because I don't know what year. Let's just say the '94 Colorado Buffaloes. That's a team award. That's not a Cordell Stewart award. That's a team award. Let's put the '94 Colorado Buffaloes up there. Since you want to just highlight, he got a conference championship. Everything I'm naming is individual awards.
You said no. You asked me what did he win. I said at least he got a conference championship. You asked the question, what did he win? I said a conference championship.
I'm like bro, you know how many people got conference championship awards?
And I know how many people don't have conference championships. Like you see what I'm saying?
And it's a lot of people that is not first team All-American.
Bro, all I'm saying is it socks on the inside of the gift. That's it.
Okay,
the wrapping paper is nice. We all excited. We got all excited. That wrapping paper is nice. You spent a lot of money on it. You got gold ribbons, diamonds, and all on it.
I'm gonna give you a logical reason.
I'm
gonna give you a logical reason, bro. Now I heard Tez, and I want everybody in the chat to listen. Tez made a really good point, and I want to see what the fella said about this. Tez is a purist. He said he valued the wins. The game has got to be about wins. Shador didn't win. I respect that, but I'm gonna tell you why I don't agree with you. The game left and stopped being about wins when USC left the Pac-12 to go to the Big Ten. You can't talk to me about how important wins are when the flagship school on the West Coast got the hell away. You know why they got the hell away? These little green papers called money. Now think about this for everybody that don't know nothing about football. USC is as popular on the West Coast as Alabama is down south. Trust me. I know LA. USC, when they're good, they more popular than the Rams. I'm telling y'all, USC is the bread and butter up there. Well, guess what? This is the equivalent of Alabama moving to the Big Ten. A school 2,000 miles away from Columbus, Ohio, is now in the Big Ten. UCLA is now in the Big Ten. Stanford in Palo Alto, California, is now in the ACC with Wake Forest and Miami. Hold on, I ain't done. Oregon, the Pacific Northwest Oregon. Guess what? They're in the Big Ten now. So you can't talk to me about wins when these flagship universities have shown everybody. It ain't about no wins. It's about the check first, the win second. Hold on.
That's true.
Coach Saban walked away from the game because he saw where this was going, right?
True.
He saw where this was going. I watched Caleb Downs, one of the best players Alabama has ever recruited, loved Alabama. I watched him walk right out the damn door as soon as Coach Saban retired. It was because of Coach Saban, but it was also because of 2.6 and a half of them M's, right? You cannot beat me over the head with wins when universities are showing you their ass to kiss. I'm going over here. F the Pac-12. Even though we've been in this conference for 50 years, damn that. It all changed like this. I watched Texas, the flagship Big 12 school, say, you know what? I'm out. I watched Oklahoma say, if Texas gone, guess what? I'm out. You cannot beat me over the head with wins when college football has shown us it's about the money.
Yeah.
Student athletes in college now will damn near play an NFL schedule with classes.
Oh, for sure.
You cannot talk to me about it's just wins when you got all these other things. Why do y'all think the kids are going so hard for these bags? Because the grown-ups have shown them the path. Give Shador his jersey because it ain't just about wins. You brought Colorado about $200 million, and we're gonna repay you by hanging your jersey up in this little tiny ass stadium, and everybody in the world mad about it.
And they finally got the money to put his dad to coach the football because of that.
Coach, I agree with everything you said, and what I'm saying to you is I don't like any of that.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't like any of that. I'm not saying that it's not happening. You are very true in saying that it's happening. And I'm saying that for the game I love is changing. And I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And I think I reserve the right to hold on to that as a purist. Even though,
I respect
like, you know what I mean? It just feels like you play this to win the game. You get these you recruit winners. You're trying to get young men on the same page you're trying to get 11 young men on the same page at the same time so we can make game-winning plays, 10 yards at a time so that we can win. And when the players go against that, we have problems with NIL because it's not about the winning. We have problems with the transfer portal because kids don't want to build to win. So when I see something like this, me personally, I have a problem with it because it's not about winning. All of the stats are up there, but the 13 to 12 is never listed.
When you are old school dude and have those values, guess what they do to you
in that sense for a sport, just only because I've seen other sports, evidence in the NBA, when they become not about winning and about personal accolades, the product suffers. And we're seeing it in college football. Right? We starting to complain about the product now.
But how can we say that it's not about winning when literally you come into a 1-11 situation and then you end on a 9-4 team? You just don't go that way that quickly. They literally made that happen.
We can break it down.
A lot of those losses.
If we break it down, Brisket, they play 8 ranked games the first year, 2 ranked games the second year.
They still
I'm not saying they didn't get any better, but
a guy coming from no matter how you want to slice it, bro. No matter how you're trying to slice it.
I'm not saying that they didn't get any better.
Came to a 1-11 team.
I'm not saying they didn't get any better, bro, but you would have to be naive to think that you don't think that Kellen DeBoer want to wake up with 2 ranked teams on his schedule tomorrow?
That's cool, but guess what? He has a team.
If he could snap right now, if he could snap his fingers right now and say, you know what, we're gonna put 2 ranked teams on this.
There's a lot of stuff that you're not mentioning.
No. What I'm saying is you're discounting the fact. You're saying that didn't matter. I'm saying that played a part in it. They got better, yes, but you would be naive to think that going from playing 7 ranked teams to 2 ranked teams in the season.
Records. You basically compared this man to Blake Bortles.
I compared the scenario to Blake Bortles because of how it was.
Shador Sanders in the same sentence. They are not the same.
Well, we don't know what Shador has done. So
I can guarantee you my bottom dollar that he would not be no Blake Bortles.
I don't know.
What you saying, Coach? Go ahead, Coach.
We'll see.
I tell you what he failed to realize is that Colorado first year, they played with a damn HBCU team because the whole team transferred from Jackson State.
True.
To the Pac-12.
So the team got better.
HBCU team. And when the next year that team got better. So them 4 wins, they were playing with HBCU team. And then the next year they got stronger, they got faster, and then they came out and played better. They got a few transfer that came in with them. A few guys from other places, other pieces they put together with HBCU kids. And then the team played better. They were just still too small. Then they're having no big bodies in the trenches to handle that big time down, that Big 12 down record, man. You know, we still got some big teams out there in the Big 12 because they were playing against the Texas and the Oklahomas of the world. Even though Texas, Oklahoma left, they still had that recruiting because they had to match up with those guys. And Colorado coming in there fresh, they didn't have that. They didn't have the size to compete, but they still won 9 games. So
Mm.
like that's the thing that we take down for granted, man. A
Man,
bunch of HBCU kids coming
I
into
mean,
the
I give you that. I'm not trying to take away from what they accomplished at all as a team. For real. I'm not even trying to take away from what he accomplished. I'm just saying, for me, you got to tell the whole story, right? And it just looks crazy. It's just, when you get to the record, it looks crazy. That's all.
That's cool. But guess what?
Yeah, it's just
If you're just saying what somebody won, bro, this is literally
But
what
this is the only time. This is the only time and the only team that I've ever seen this many people take the stance of winning doesn't matter. This is the only time this has happened.
Hey, I don't think they said that. I think Brisky's right. I don't think they said that.
You think?
I think they. Yeah, I don't think they said that. Go ahead, Brisky. Go ahead.
You think Prime has this aura about him because he's a loser? You think Prime
I never
has
said that.
No, I'm asking you. That is literally a question.
No, I think Prime. I had a Prime. I'm a 49ers fan. I had a Prime post on my wall. Like I know what Prime is
because he's a winner. He wants to win.
No,
That's why you
Prime
see
has his aura because he's
when he
Prime.
goes to Jackson State when they are just garbage, straight garbage. And guess what? He improves that team to one of the top HBCUs in the country in less than 2 years.
Shit, D-top. D-top.
The only reason I ain't saying because they didn't win the HBCU national championship. Then he leaves and take guys from HBCU to a D1 school and they improve with those players. You're faulting the guy because they improve. They go to a team that literally has the same players that played on a 1-11 team. You just bring in a few players. Everybody knows you just can't win. Oh, I'm just bringing in Travis.
You're having an argument right now with a completely different person.
Craig, and I bring in Shador. That's 4 players, and you think I'm about to and we improve 4 wins?
You're having an argument with a completely different person because I didn't argue any of that stuff that you're saying.
No, but I'm saying you're literally, bro. It all just come down to this, bro.
It's like you're mad at me because I don't like it. And I'm just telling you, I don't like it.
How you feel, how I feel, or anybody else feel.
I told you I don't know these cats.
Colorado,
we're just talking.
literally, hold on. It literally had Colorado did what they wanted to do. Nobody would give a damn if this school was Baylor, Purdue, Iowa, Northwestern, anything. You want to know why you care? Because it's Prime and Shador. That's the reason why y'all care. If you don't care, why are we talking about it right now? If you don't care about it, why would you tweet about it?
But
if you don't care about it,
we're
why
not debating why people care, though, Brinsky. You're right. We're not debating why people care, though.
Let me ask you this. Let me get John on this. John.
I just feel like you wanted to say all that.
Brinsky told you how he values wins. Tez told you how he valued the wins. Brinsky told you he value wins too, but he understand in 2025 it's a bigger thing. I told you why it's a bigger thing. I want to know what you feel about that. That one subject, wins versus money. Because Texas got all the money, right? They had the money for years when they wasn't winning, right? I want to know what you think. We all know wins gotta matter. We know that. But we also know winning without the money makes you Boise State. Nobody wants to watch you. Nobody wants to see you. Nobody cares about your team. You could be 10-0. Nobody cares without that. If you ain't got a brand, you better have some bread. You better pack your stadium out. You better, what you think, John?
It's very simple. If you don't have money, you're not going to win because
that's the whole
money
fact.
equals wins. I'm not fully against Tez because everybody has a right to their opinion, and how you believe things is how you believe things. My stance on the subject is very easy. Colorado can retire and have their own standards, and I don't care. In my personal opinion on the effect that he had to transcend them to what they are now, to bring in who they're bringing in beyond Shador, Shiloh, right, Travis Hunter, and these guys, I believe, it's just a massive recruiting tool. It's a next generation thing. I think it's way beyond what we're so used to. Like you said, it's beyond a purist mindset that you want in football, right? So it's about adapting. And if you're not great at adapting at the system we're going and leaning toward, it's going to haunt you. And that's kind of what it's coming down to, in my opinion, with Tez. Like I said, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to do all that. I'll just say it's made you have your own opinion. I have my own opinion. I think without money, you don't win because you need the money to bring in the players anyways. And Shador and Shiloh and Dion have all brought in more money than probably anybody when you equate the GDP per capita, whatever, right? So when you look at Colorado, the size of that school, the city compared to, the funding that Alabama, Georgia, and all of us get, it's probably beyond, it's astronomically probably more, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at it from that perspective, so yeah, it's very simple. I'll just give real quick take on it.
I didn't want to get Tez on the record saying it. Do you agree? Do you agree with Auburn retiring Pat Sullivan number?
Yeah, you already asked me. Yeah, you got to.
You agree with them retiring Bo Jackson?
Yeah, it's Bo Jackson. Yeah,
but you don't agree with them retiring Cam Newton?
I got a different. It's personal.
No. It's simple. Yes or no.
It's personal.
I know it's personal, but do you agree? Yes or no?
No, I don't. I don't think he deserves this.
Okay. I just want to ask that. I just want to put that out there for everybody.
We can get into that if you want to know why.
No. I don't care about Auburn business. I don't care about Auburn business that much.
I'm just telling you.
Put that out there for the people to hear this logic.
That's cool. I've said it on other channels. I got all the people mad at me too. I'm telling you, I'm probably one of the most consistent fans you ever find.
That's cool.
So I agree, man. Coach Carr make one hell of a point too. When you see what that kid had to play with, and he still pulled out 9 wins. When you weigh everything, I agree with Tez that it's whatever you think it is. That's all I've been trying to tell people on Twitter. Instead of going so hard against them, right? Tell me, well, I don't believe they should have their jersey retired, Sean, and this is why I think that. I respect it, but don't throw me out no Joe Burrow don't have his jersey retired, because then I'm gonna have to hit you over the head with Colorado ain't got a damn thing to do with Joe Burrow. That's the first thing. You don't make the standard of what Colorado think is worthy, right? LSU was not in ambiguity. LSU done won 3 championships with 3 different coaches of late. Don't look now, but Les Miles won, Ed Orgeron won, and my man they got now, not Ed, Les Miles, Nick Saban, and Ed Orgeron. Ed Orgeron, Nick Saban, Les Miles. All 3 of them won national championships at LSU, right? A couple of years apart from the other. So LSU was never in ambiguity. We're talking about the equivalent of Vanderbilt winning 9 games, beating some people, packing the house, and people watching Vanderbilt more than Alabama. I would say that's historic, me personally, right?
Yeah.
So if that university feels like that's what matter,
I can hear that.
And they want to celebrate that by, like you said, it's not a Hall of Fame. It's not the College Hall of Fame. This is what Colorado deems necessary for 2025, because all are saying the same thing, really. We just making different points about it. The money brings the wins. No, I'm wrong. The money brings the prayers, like John said. The players bring the wins. So your ass is lacking if you ain't got at least 2 of the damn 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right about that.
Can I say one last thing on that?
Yes, sir.
I think Colorado was smart for retiring Shador's jersey for another reason. You will have that last name on your stadium forever. That means Deion Sanders will be linked to you forever.
Money.
Plain and simple. And what does he bring in? Who does he bring in? Money and eyeballs.
We recruited Juju, by the way. Don't forget that. We recruited him.
Yeah.
So like that I don't know. I don't disagree with that at all. Like if you're telling me that the reason was, a lot of the reasons were revenue, recruiting, and all those purposes, I 100% agree with that. But once we get on the field, we talk about wins and losses. I don't. That's all I'm saying. And I urge everybody this in chat, y'all can do this too. I urge y'all, just define empty stats. Just that definition of that phrase. What is empty stats? And I think you will find what I'm trying to say when I bring up these outlandish quarterbacks that he's obviously better than. But just that term, empty stats, and then you will kind of get the mindset of where I'm going with this.
Travis,
I agree with you. I agree with you. Facts, Brisket. I agree with you, bro. Y'all all make great points, and Lynn is right. I'm the same way, Lynn. But coaching football, I've learned, like, These kids don't know, but they teach me, Coach Carl. You know this better than anybody. These kids teach us what I've learned, Lynn. And Piano Man know this. What I've learned, Lynn, Piano Man, is in 2025, these kids are different.
Yeah.
Like, believe it or not, I had a kid tell me he wanted to play at Alabama. I said, boy, yeah, you want to play for the old Bear? He was like, he didn't even know who the hell Bear Bryant was. He heard the name, didn't have a clue who he was. And this kid was 16 years old. Didn't have a clue. One of the top kids around here in Madison, Alabama. He was like, I hear the name. I don't know nothing about no Bear. Like, this is what they'll tell you. It is not our day anymore. And to show you that I'm right, go ask USC what conference they in. I know I keep going back to that, but that is huge, man. You would have to understand the history of USC, Reggie Bush, Lindell White, Marcus Allen, O.J. Simpson. You have to understand with all that history, guess what? You're Ohio State's whipping child from this day forward. Period. Why? TV contracts. Why? Money. Without the money, bruh, nobody gives a damn. Nobody cares. That's just where we at in 2025. Nobody cares, bro. What can you do for me now? I tell you who the happiest man on the planet is. Colorado's athletic director. his shit, his stuff ain't in the black. Which one is bad? Red, black?
In the red.
Ain't the black?
And the red is bad.
Okay,
Red's
he
bad.
ain't in the red at Colorado, bro. Their seats,
No. Yeah, he's
their seats are just as high as Alabama's.
yeah,
One
that probably
seat,
lost them, man. That
$2,000,
is crazy.
and people still going. You got Goldberg on the sideline down there. You got The Rock on the side. Why do you think they doing all of this, man? Eyeballs. People watch. Let this sink in for a minute. People watched Colorado more than LSU. People watched Colorado play. People that claim they hate them so bad, right? No, they trying to find. And mind you, these folks playing at 10 o'clock at night. They trying to find them playing.
I'm of the belief, because I believe that Deion is just that great, that he would have done that at any school.
I don't think so. Because he was at Jackson State.
They wouldn't have gave him. Colorado.
Yeah, you're right. They wouldn't have gave him full control like that. But if given full control, he could have brought that to any program. He's
I think
just that. I look at him that highly, like him specifically.
I think
Deion Sanders.
We'll all be drunk.
if it wasn't Phil, look, I think you're right in the aspect of the Sanders-esque, right? I believe that the social media. But Brinsky, Carl, John, you still got to go out there and get them 9 wins, and that was all Shador. And that was all Shador. 4,000 yards can back me up on this. That was all Shador.
I give you that.
Bryce Young's Heisman Trophy stats. Go look it up. Ain't that far from where Shador was at. He just threw more interceptions.
Yeah.
Deion didn't do that part. That was
Sean,
Son out there throwing them.
Right? Tell you no, Sean, my wife used to ask me, she said, what time Bama come on? It tell what time Colorado play.
And I can't stand Colorado, but I'm not gonna lie on them. I watch the games too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't know why.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whether you love or hate them, they're attracting both sides of the field.
Facts, Lynn. It's ruining. I agree.
Do I think that Deion Sanders deserves a statue in Colorado? Absolutely. I believe Deion Sanders deserves his name on the field. I believe he deserves the locker room named after him. They should put his name on the stadium. But do I believe that this kid deserves his jersey retired? No. And I don't think that's just like, that's just an opinion, you know?
I think Johnny Manziel should have his jersey retired too.
Very true.
Absolutely.
If we talk
nobody
about revenue
knew
and dollars,
nothing about Texas A&M until Johnny Football came about, Brinsky.
Yeah, thanks.
Only thing I know my last thing on this is the same people that's complaining about why is it so fast, like why is it happening so fast? What's gonna change 20 years down the line?
Why wait till you're dead? I want my flowers when I can smell them.
That is the most stupidest thing in the world. That, like just waiting 20 years, waiting 10 years. If you're gonna retire, that's just like the Hall of Fame. If you're gonna get in the first 10 years, like they're a Hall of Famer or not, you're gonna get in or not. What's gonna change here down
I've
the
never
line?
understood that either. I've never understood why waiting 20 years. Why ain't Tim Tebow retired? If y'all value him, Coach Carl, if they value him, why ain't you?
You want to know
Why
how
you
they
mad
don't
at
value-
us? Why you mad at Colorado?
Why you know how they don't value them? Because the first place, like the man ain't even been out the door, and they literally put 15 on somebody else.
Ain't
They
lying.
don't value him like that.
Why you mad at Colorado?
Don't be
Hey,
mad at Colorado because your school didn't step up. It can go for Auburn, it can go for Alabama, it can go Ohio State. I don't care if it was Timbuktu. If they ass ain't retired their jersey, you go call your administration and tell them to do it. Don't get mad at them because they doing it the right way. Step your game up and stop being in the past, or your ass gonna get left behind. I said,
you're doing that, bro. They're not doing that. But the problem is with that, what I say, like when Cam Newton came to Bama, down 24-0, came back and win, then went out there and beat Oregon in the national championship. Every Auburn fan in the world said retire his jersey. And the Auburn University said,
not me.
How that's Colorado's fault? Because they said, okay,
But
we will.
well, hold on, wait a minute. Why are we comparing it to Auburn again? I was gone.
you're not comparing that. No,
That's a good comparison, though. That's a good. I love that. I love what Coach said.
I'm pointing the finger like this, Ted. Cam Newton had a historic season, right?
Yes,
True.
sir.
All the Auburn fans was kissing Cam's butt. You know, they was putting Cam on the statue with I seen crosses that had Cam Newton on crosses. Like
Right.
they put Cam up there with damn near like God in the
Mhm.
University of Auburn.
Right.
They begged the university to retire his jersey, and the president said no.
Right.
Why did the president say no? Because
I don't know why he said no.
That's a PWI. And you got to go through a whole lot of channels to get that type of recognition.
And the politics different down here in the South than it is in Colorado.
Special in Alabama, and you're going to get a jersey retired. I'm not telling you that now. Now, if Cam Newton played Alabama State, they would retire the jersey the next day.
Yeah.
It ain't like that. You talking about the places where Governor Wiley stepped on steps and said you can't come in my school. They're not retired jerseys down here that fast is. That's why
I like that, Lynn.
That's about to say, Lynn.
That's why we always have problems, you know what I mean, with how we feel about different type issues that goes on in sports. And being that Colorado took the liberty to be the first one to do it, we should, instead of being mad at them, we should celebrate them because there's a lot of kids that we would love to see your numbers retired. Even if it's just retired in the stadium and not retired from somebody wearing it. I would love to see other kids' names get retired all over college football. I love to see Florida State retire Jameis Winston. I would love to see that. I would love to see retire Trevor Lawrence because he's the best player that ever came through Clemson.
And let's be real, Coach Carl. Let's be real. And everybody, you don't have to answer this. You don't have to say nothing. Let's just be honest with ourselves. You know, I don't know what percentage, but it's some of the hate going to Deion because of just who he is. He's flamboyant. He's loud talking. He everything that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest, man. Right?
But he know that come with it though. Like he's not naive to the fact that hating everything is gonna come with.
Right. But he back up everything he said. I mean, the man won. The man had the same record as Alabama, bro. I mean, I get it. The schedules were totally different, but at the end of the day, they were 9-3 regular season. So was we. At Colorado, bro.
With
way less talent. Like, let's just be honest. I get it. Different schedules now. They had our schedule. They record would be probably 4-8 again. But you got to give him something because Colorado, the 3 seasons before he got there was 4-8, 3-9, 1-11, bro. So,
and the thing that kills me, man, like the dude is a father first, then he's a coach, and then he's a God-fearing man. Every time you talk to Deion talks about how God saved his life, how this happened, and he gave his life the price, and then everything changed for him. People don't like that.
Yeah,
a lot of folks don't like that in TV. Like most of the time, you're dealing with people around here, man. They want to be the reason why you give them the shine. Like Coach Sean put me on, and every time I come on the mic, I'm getting Coach Sean his flowers. Coach Sean ain't asking for him, but I'm giving them to him. That's my appreciation. God God took me, man, from suicidal thoughts. So every time I get on the mic, I'm always thank God. When Coach Sean sent me the text message, I told my wife, thank God Coach Sean hit me up. I'm gonna jump on him.
Likewise, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you start going through things and you put Christ first, people don't want to hear what you got to say about God now. They'll hear what you got to say about football. They'll hear what you got to say about money to you. So when you start talking about God, people gonna
They'll hate you more. They'll hate you more.
Channel. And he's never gonna start talking about God. And until they get him to the point where he start talking about God, bro,
yeah,
he never gonna like it. Jalen Hurts made it to the Super Bowl, and he sit on the field praying to the God he's gonna be there again. The next year, they was killing him. Every time you say something about God, the team was losing. And like the NFL, like deliberately sinking the team, bro. He stopped saying God did this, God did that. He won the Super Bowl this year.
That's facts, man.
You can't. It ain't God in football anymore. It's more about the owners. It's more about the powers that be in football. Give them their flowers, they're gonna give you what you want. I'm still gonna go.
All facts, man. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to Coach Al too, man. Much love to Coach Al.
It's a very good point.
Lynn too. Lynn, piano man. Lynn Ebony with some great points. We've been going by almost 2 hours now. 2 hours full, 6:30, 8:30. Listen, let's go around the table, man. You let everybody know where they can find you. Give your last points on this too, man. Give your last final stamp on this subject and let everybody know where they can find you. John, talk to them.
Bama Standard. You can find me do 2 shows there, Roll Tide Cafe, and then every Friday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Finding me and most of those guys, Coach Carl, got to have you on when you have the chance. Like I said, Friday, 7:30 on College Football Chatter, where we discuss pretty much any and everything college football.
Go ahead, Coach Carl. Give your final stamp and let everybody know where they can find you. Friday, 7:30, man. I'll be game for that. Because we're not doing it Friday. Tomorrow night, I got to take the wife out to dinner because I used to do it on Thursday. I had class on Thursday. Dinner tomorrow night. Friday, I'm free. But yeah, man, right now, I'm sharing it live on my channel at On the Block Sport Talk with Coach Carl. You can find me on Twitter at Coach KD Taylor. Like I always say, man, put God first and everything can follow. So if you need conversation, man, you need somebody to pray for you need somebody just to rap to when you're feeling down, hit me up on Twitter, shoot me your number. I'll call you. We can sit down, we can chat. A lot of time I be needing conversation myself. So just keep it 100 with each other, man. It's all love from my broskis on the channel. Appreciate you, Coach Sean. Tez, I like arguing with you.
Always.
You got really good insight, bro. And I respect that. Brinsky, my dog, you know what I'm saying? Y'all two together, man. Y'all doing big things. Love to see John on here, man. Anytime you want me on, John, I'll jump on, man, because I need some content for my channel, too. And then I love hanging with you guys, man, because every time I get with y'all, man, I always learn something new. And Miss Jenny, I see the comment. I love you, too, Miss Jenny. You know I do. I'm always rock with you, coaches there safe. I pray for you every night that God do special things in your life. And every time I see you on the live, I know God working with you. So keep up the good work, keep the faith. And like Coach Al said in the chat with that negative free zone 100%, man. That's what we're trying to do on this side. All those brothers together, we're just keeping it negative free, talking about football and sharing their love.
Tez, talk to him. Give your final stance on this and let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, I guess for a final stance, I'm just gonna leave with the same question I asked is define empty stats. And you know, Colorado, you do what you guys want. That is, I mean, it's beautiful what you guys are doing for your university, moving it forward. And with my message to college football in general, and this has nothing to do with this, but nothing to do with Colorado specifically, but don't take the winning out of the game. Do not take the focus of winning out of this game, because that is what makes it beautiful. That's what the rivalries were built on. That's what these channels are built on, the wins and the losses. This is what we love as college football fans. And yeah, you can find me at It's SEC Season, new channel. First episode will be Thursday, May 1st. So look out for that. And or you can just find me on one of these guys' channel hanging around. I'll be around. And appreciate you,
Oh,
Coach
thanks.
Sean, for having me, man. I don't know. I think this may be the first time I've been on your platform. So yeah, appreciate you for having me, and appreciate you
Always,
guys in
brother.
the chat too, man. For I know y'all. I know it's a majority Alabama crowd. Now I appreciate y'all for accepting me, man. I try to do the best I can.
Man,
Love it, man. Love it, brother. Brinsky, give your final stance on this and let everybody know where they can find you.
oh, well, my final stand. If y'all keeping that same energy for Shador, keep that same energy for the Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter.
That's what I said.
And I'm gonna leave it at that. But y'all catch me at the Sharpshooters podcast on YouTube. Going live tomorrow. Strictly the NFL draft, like fully in depth into it. Hopefully get Coach Sean, Tez. If John want to jump on there, we'll jump on there too. I already know Coach Carl taking the wife out. So
What
yeah,
time?
6:30 same time.
Oh, okay.
Just talking about all the things that we were talking about tonight. Just getting ready for NFL draft eve. So before all the chaos started happening, then I don't know these brothers for about 24 hours. I'm only worried about my team.
Yep.
I don't care about what they team, and I don't want nobody to get drafted to the Cowboys. So none of my players, but appreciate everybody. And oh yeah, and shout out to Lynn for the t-shirts.
Yes, sir.
And definitely need to talk about some other stuff too. But shout out to Lynn, definitely.
Big be sharp. Be right sharp. B_sharp too. Make
Oh
sure
yeah, B_sharp on Twitter. My fault. And TikTok, the Sharpshooters Podcast.
I'm gonna give Brinsky the last word right after I give my spiel. So it's a special slogan that we can't end it. I think Miss Janet would really love it. Tez might want to close his ears. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Lynn, man. Shout out to Lynn, man. That's our broski. Shout out to Lynn, man. God has put his arms around Lynn. They doing big things, man. Really appreciate the t-shirt, Lynn. We all gonna come up with a date and we all gonna rock them. Coach Al sent us a great dapper picture with his on already. Much love to Coach Al, man. Much love to Jant 716. Much love to our broski Ty Hayes. Much love to Piano Man who in the chat. All the homies at Bama Standard that's doing their thing, man. Justin from TDA, man. Clint Lamb, KB. Shout out to Kyle over there at Bama Football on YouTube doing his thing still. Man, much love to all our Jasons. Jason Walker, Jason from Hall of Fame, Jay from Texas. We got a whole Wu-Tang clan of everybody, right? Much love to all those dudes making great content, positive dudes supporting one another. Got number love. Shout out to Ebony in the chat. Much love to our resident Bama mom. Shout out to Noah Carter, the young baller himself. We're going to be looking out for him this year, man. Much love to all my HBCU homies doing their thing. Shout out to AC Carter. Follow me back. Much love, AC. Much love to Sam Shade, Alabama A&M University. You know what it is. Man, much love to my Bulldog family, bro. We going to do big things this year. Can't wait. And my last spiel on this subject is, man, I'm a Bama fan. You know, Bama's, contrary to popular belief, is not my favorite school, believe it or not. It's my second favorite school, right? But at the same time, I have a lot of pride in the Crimson Tide. So therefore, that pride of championship-esque that glows around my little yellow ass keeps me from giving a damn what anybody else do. Kind of like what Kimberly said. I don't care if they use them jerseys to do double dutch with. That's their business. I'm a Bama fan. What I'm gonna waste my time hating? I respect Tez's stance because Tez said this is how I feel. That's not what a lot of fans are saying. They just getting on there saying negative stuff as they usually do, right? It's sad that kids can die at a university and they only have about 30 retweets about stuff that happened. It's sad that kids can go have DUIs and put everybody's life in danger. And you got nothing to say about that. But you got everything to say about Colorado and what Deion doing. Well, here's my thing about that really quickly. College football, yes, is about wins. And I agree with Tez. Let's don't take the wins out. But if you don't find a way to bring the green papers in, you will get passed by. You will get passed by. If you don't think I'm telling the truth about that, go ask Tennessee what they felt like up until about a day ago. If you don't think that what I'm saying is real about Tennessee, about money. Go ask Tennessee where their starting quarterback from last year is, that they had to sue the NCAA to get him to give money to him in that state before he got out of high school. Go ask Tennessee where their quarterback is. Don't look now, but their quarterback is wearing a powder blue and gold uniform, right? If you don't think money is the driving force behind more games, more bowl games, useless bowl games, the Papa John's left ass cheek bowl, right? As long as they bring money in, we can split amongst our sponsors. Who gives a damn what happened to them kids out there, right? We as adults gotta understand what this is all about, and it ain't about the student athlete, is what they'll tell you. No, they quit giving a damn about us a long time ago, right? It's about what school can make the most money. They killing themselves because they didn't put Alabama in the playoffs and they put TCU in. That was a mistake. They said we'll never make it again. Trust me. Wins and losses are great, and for us, that's all that matter. But the people up in the sky that's writing the rules to this shit, you better believe they want that money. They want that college football playoff. They'll start promoting that from game one. They don't give a damn about your championship. They'll start promoting that little college football trophy from game one in September. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? And you can find me at JMHO Sports Talk on Twitter and YouTube. If the adults are going to be about the money in these kids' faces, don't get mad at the kid when the kids say, I'm going to follow your lead and get me a little some of that. Oh, the player's selfish. The player's selfish. No, your selfish grown old 401k mortgage ass was selfish. You mad because he's following you. That's who was selfish. Don't get mad now. Don't get mad now when the rabbit got the gun. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And I'll leave it right there. Much love to all my broskies who's showing up. Much love to Brinsky for sunning my homeboy Tez like he usually do. You know what I'm saying? Nah, tell me if I'm just messing with you.
You said it right. You said it right.
I know better than that.
Yeah, you know I'm getting you know I'm getting you, Ted. Much love to Tez, man. Our resident favorite Auburn fan, bro. You know what I'm saying? Much love to Coach Al, one of my OGs that I listen to, who I look to with that negative free zone that really helps me not come through the Twitterverse and choke the hell out of one of these crazy fans that be leaving me 20 damn messages, and these weird YouTubers going around putting smiley faces on people's chats and all this goofy shit that these weirdos be doing that I'm not used to as a grown man, right? With a child.
No,
weirdo. Negative free zone. Leave it alone, brother. I love you. Shout out to Coach Al. Shout out to Coach Al, man. Much love to all y'all. What you say? Did I hear second favorite team, Coach? Yeah, Alabama is my second favorite team. It's my second favorite team of all time. My favorite team is the university I graduated from. You know that now. Come on. You know what I'm saying? So much love to all y'all. But we got one last person to introduce y'all to before we leave. Oh, we had 80 people on Twitter. We got a total of 115. Good job tonight by everybody, man. A lot of people watching. Love y'all to death. And the last person we're going to introduce y'all to is called the SWD, the Spinning Wheel of Doom. Shout out to Ty Hayes for that moniker. Much love to you all. Roll Tide.
Trees.